Imagine a scorching summer day in a quiet American suburb where one woman's petty prejudice unleashes a chain of events that spirals into instant, jaw-dropping karma, proving that in today's world, bigotry doesn't just backfire, it explodes. If you're in the USA or UK and love stories of justice served hot, hit that subscribe button now for more gripping tales that expose the raw truth and deliver satisfying twists straight to your feed. Don't miss out. Subscribe today and join the thousands demanding accountability. In the sweltering heat of a midsummer afternoon in Willow Creek, a typical suburban neighborhood on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, where manicured lawns stretched like green carpets under the relentless sun and kids rode bikes in lazy circles, young Aaliyah Thompson, a bright-eyed, 12-year-old black girl with braids tied in colorful ribbons, set up her makeshift lemonade stand, or rather, water stand, on the corner of Elm Street. She wasn't selling fancy lemonade, no. Times were tough for her family after her dad lost his job at the factory, so Aaliyah had filled old plastic bottles with chilled water from the tap, added a slice of lemon for flair, and priced them at $1 each to help buy school supplies for the upcoming year. Her mom, Keisha, a nurse working double shifts, had given her blessing with a proud smile, saying, "Baby girl, your entrepreneurial spirit shines brighter than that sun up there." Aaliyah's stand was simple, a folding table borrowed from the garage, a hand-painted sign that read, "Cool water for hot days, $1, and a cooler packed with ice she'd begged from the corner store. Neighbors waved as they passed, some stopping to buy a bottle and chat about the weather, the Braves' latest game, or how fast kids grow these days. But not everyone in Willow Creek appreciated Aaliyah's initiative. Across the street, in a pristine white colonial house with perfectly trimmed hedges, lived Karen Whitaker, a 48-year-old divorcee who worked from home as a real estate agent, priding herself on maintaining the standards of the neighborhood. Karen had moved to Willow Creek 5 years ago from a smaller town up north, seeking what she called peace and quiet. But she often complained about changes in the area, code for the increasing diversity as more families of color moved in. On this particular day, Karen peered out her window, her lips pursing in disapproval as she watched Aaliyah cheerfully hand a bottle to a jogger. "What's this now?" she muttered to herself, adjusting her glasses. "A little girl selling water without a permit? This isn't some flea market." Her mind raced to worst-case scenarios. Contaminated water, attracting undesirables, lowering property values. Ignoring the fact that kids had run lemonade stands in the neighborhood for decades without issue, Karen felt a surge of self-righteous indignation. She grabbed her phone and dialed 911, her voice dripping with feigned concern as she reported, "There's a suspicious black girl on my street corner selling bottled water. She looks about 10 or 11, no adults around. I don't know if it's safe or legal. Could be drugs or something. Please send someone quickly." The dispatcher, sounding a bit weary, assured her an officer would check it out, but Karen hung up satisfied, sipping her iced tea as she watched from behind her curtains, anticipating the swift removal of what she saw as a blight on her perfect view. Little did Karen know, this call would unravel her life in ways she couldn't fathom. Started with the arrival of Officer Ramirez, a seasoned Latino cop known for his no-nonsense approach and community ties. He pulled up in his patrol car exactly 10 minutes later, lights off to avoid alarming anyone unnecessarily. Aaliyah's heart skipped a beat as she saw the cruiser, her small hands clutching a water bottle tightly, wondering if she'd done something wrong. "Hey there, young lady," Officer Ramirez said with a warm smile, stepping out and adjusting his belt. "Got a report about someone selling water here. That you?" Aaliyah nodded nervously, explaining her setup and why she was doing it. Ramirez knelt down to her level, buying a bottle himself and complimenting her entrepreneurial spirit. "This is fine, kiddo. No laws broken here, just good old-fashioned hustle." As he chatted with her, a few neighbors gathered, including Mr. Jenkins from next door, an elderly black veteran who often shared stories with Aaliyah about his days in the service. But then, the twist began to unfold. While Ramirez was there, his body cam rolling as per protocol, Karen decided to march over, phone in hand, ready to assist the officer. "Officer, thank goodness you're here," she said loudly, her voice carrying a tone of authority. "I've been watching this for hours. She doesn't have a permit. And who knows what's in that water? We can't have this in our neighborhood." Ramirez turned to her, his expression neutral but probing. "Ma'am, are you the one who called?" Karen nodded proudly. "Yes, I did. Someone has to keep things safe around here." What Karen didn't realize was that Aaliyah's stand was right in front of a home with a Ring doorbell camera owned by the Thompsons themselves, which had captured Karen's earlier pacing and glaring. More crucially, as Ramirez ran a quick check on the call details, he noticed something odd. Karen's name popped up in the system multiple times. It turned out this wasn't her first rodeo. She called the police on a Latino family barbecuing in their backyard last summer, claiming smoke pollution, and on a group of Asian kids playing basketball, alleging noise disturbance. The department had flagged her as a potential serial caller, the kind who weaponized 911 for racial biases. As the scene escalated slightly with Karen insisting on proof of safety, Aaliyah's mom, Keisha, arrived home early from her shift, alerted by a neighbor's text. Keisha, still in her scrubs, stormed over with fire in her eyes but composure in her step. "What's going on here?" "Aaliyah, you okay, baby?" Aaliyah ran to her, hugging tight. Ramirez explained the situation, and Keisha turned to Karen with a steely gaze. "You called the cops on my daughter for selling water? In this heat? She's 12. Karen faltered, stammering about permits and community standards, but the crowd was growing, phones out recording. That's when the first real twist hit. One of the bystanders was Jamal Harris, a local news reporter who'd been jogging nearby and stopped for water. Recognizing the all-too-familiar pattern of Karens calling police on black kids for innocuous activities, like the infamous Barbecue Becky or Permit Patty incidents that had gone viral years ago, he pulled out his press badge and started interviewing on the spot. "Ma'am, why did you feel threatened by a child selling water?" he asked Karen, his phone recording. Karen, flustered, tried to deflect. "It's not about race, it's about rules." But her words rang hollow as the video captured her earlier call's audio leaking from Ramirez's radio log. Within minutes, Jamal uploaded a clip to social media, tagging it #WaterKaren, #InstantKarma, and it exploded online. Views skyrocketed as users in the USA and UK shared it, drawing parallels to real-life stories of racial profiling, from kids selling lemonade to birdwatchers in parks. Comments flooded in, "This is why we can't have nice things. Karma's coming fast," and memes proliferated with Karen's face superimposed on caution signs. But the karma didn't stop at viral shame. As the video gained traction, reaching millions in hours, Karen's real estate firm caught wind of it. Her boss, a no-nonsense woman named Linda who prided the company on diversity initiatives, called her immediately. "Karen, we've seen the video. This doesn't align with our values. You're suspended pending review." Karen's jaw dropped. She'd built her career on neighborhood expertise. But now clients were canceling showings, one emailing, "I don't want to buy from someone who harasses kids." Twist number 2. Unbeknownst to Karen, her ex-husband, who left her partly due to her controlling nature, saw the video and decided it was the perfect leverage in their ongoing custody battle over their teenage son. He forwarded it to his lawyer, arguing it showed her unstable judgment. "She calls cops on innocent kids. Imagine what she'd do in a dispute," his message read. Karen's phone blew up with notifications. Friends unfriending her on Facebook, family members texting disappointment, even her yoga group chat removing her. Desperate, she tried to post a defense on her own social media. "It was a misunderstanding. I was concerned for safety." But the backlash intensified, with activists organizing a peaceful protest outside her house the next day, holding signs like "Water is life, not a crime," and "End racial profiling." Meanwhile, for Aaliyah, the story flipped positively. The viral video turned her water stand into a sensation. Donations poured in via GoFundMe set up by Jamal, raising thousands for her education fund. Celebrities retweeted, one even sending a truckload of premium bottled water for her to sell. Local businesses offered sponsorships, and the mayor issued a proclamation declaring Aaliyah Day to celebrate youth entrepreneurship. Keisha hugged her daughter tight that night, whispering, "See, baby? Good always wins." But the deepest twist came when investigators dug deeper into Karen's calls. It emerged she'd falsified details in past reports, exaggerating threats to prompt faster responses. A misdemeanor in Georgia. Ramirez, reviewing the body cam footage, noted her aggressive demeanor toward Aaliyah, leading to charges of filing a false report and ethnic intimidation. In court weeks later, Karen faced a judge who, after viewing the evidence, sentenced her to community service, helping at a youth center in a diverse neighborhood, plus mandatory bias training. As she stood there, humiliated, Aaliyah sat in the gallery with her mom, not gloating but learning a lesson in resilience. Karen's house went on the market soon after, sold at a loss to a black family who turned the yard into a community garden. In the end, what started as a petty call ended with Karen's life upended, a stark reminder that in an era of cameras and connectivity, karma doesn't wait. It strikes in real time, teaching that prejudice poisons a caller more than the called upon. Aaliyah, now with a scholarship offer from a local college program for young entrepreneurs, looked forward, her spirit unbroken, proving that even a simple bottle of water could quench the thirst for justice in a parched world.